Story 1. AITA for not co-signing a loan for my neighbor. A couple in my building. Second marriages, 60s, she is American and he is Canadian. Me, 30, nurse. They are nice people. She had a very high-paying, good pension job in the US, now retired. They frequently stop me in the hall to complain about healthcare and talk about how good their private plan was through her pension when they lived in the US. I guess red flag #1. If it was so good there, why are you here? Plenty of mountain towns in the US. They know that I work long hours and have a dog walker, said they'd be happy to take my dog out while I work. My walker is only Monday to Friday, so the odd weekend that I worked I did take them up on taking my dog out, made them a key. He was let out to pee, nothing more. That is still so helpful. I got them a $100 gift card to a restaurant for Christmas 2 years ago with a card. They didn't say if they got it or not until we ran into each other days later. And I asked. Not my style, but maybe thanking someone for a thank you gift is redundant. 1 year and many cornered hallway complaints about healthcare later, I get a text from her asking if I have AMA, AAA. Keys locked in car. I told her if she got a membership today they will come same day. I told her I did the same once and it was $130 Canadian. She said she doesn't have that kind of money today, RF2. She said her husband wouldn't come down and help because he was sick. It was -30 out and I was meaning to renew my membership, so I renewed mine and sent them to unlock her. AMA had an add a second person for $80 a promo, so I added them and got them their own membership as that year's thanks. Quick side, the dog walks weren't an every Saturday and Sunday thing, but maybe once a month. I also took in their mail when they travelled, and occasionally dog sat for them if they had to go into the city, so I thought an AMA membership was nice. They once again didn't acknowledge it. Soon after she knocks on my door, I'm thinking she was just embarrassed about the car locking thing and wanted to thank me. She proceeds to tell me that she needs a new car because hers didn't pass the Canadian inspection, and her money is all locked up so she can't get a loan, and her husband doesn't want her to have a car because they already have his, fair enough, so he won't help. She asked if I would co-sign a loan for her. She has kids my age, so I used the old, I'm going to discuss this with my parents. I'm sure you'd want your daughter to do the same. She then sends me texts with these signing bonuses I'll get if I do it. I eventually blame my parents and say they advised me not to, was never going to. She has gone back to normal with me, but I have not. I just find that kind of request insane. I wouldn't ask my siblings, parents, or close friends to do that for me. Neighbor who occasionally walks my dog. Hard no. All of my friends and family think she was entirely inappropriate and advised me to get my key back. I did. AITA.
In my opinion, she is not an asshole. What do you think? Comment below. Story 2. AITA for just deciding not to travel because my wife made reservations for Disney again. My wife Jess and I have been married for the past 13 years. We're both 39. After experiencing financial hardship throughout our 20s and early 30s, Jess and I are now fortunate enough to have the means to travel once or twice a year. The only problem is that Jess literally only wants to go to Disney World. We have been to Disney 9 times now, and every vacation we have ever taken together was to go there, including our honeymoon. So we go, we eat the Mickey Mouse ice cream, we wear the mouse ears, we stay in the official hotels, we see the characters, we ride the rides, we take the pictures in front of Cinderella's castle, and we come home. Every trip. I'm honestly beyond sick of Disney, and I never really liked going in the first place. Jess knows this, but she has no concept of travel beyond Disney. We're currently planning a trip for April, and Jess, as usual, said that we can just go to Disney. I explained that it sounds fun, but hey, why don't we go somewhere like Hawaii this time? Jess was confused. She asked why we would go to Hawaii. I responded that we could enjoy the spas and go to the beach. Jess mumbled a half-hearted answer and walked away. A few days later, she approached me, saying that she made hotel reservations for Hawaii. At first, I was excited because although she did so without consulting me, it seemed like she was really listening. But then when she showed me the hotel she booked, I found she had made reservations for Aulani, the Disney resort in Hawaii. Frustrated, I told her that I'm honestly tired of Disney and that I just want to have a different experience this time. She told me that she was compromising with me and that I should be appreciative for the time she spent. I asked her if she was willing to consider anything other than Disney for our trip, and she said no. At this point, I said that I wasn't going. Now she's furious. She canceled the reservation she made, and now she's looking for a friend to go to Disney World with again without me. Was I the asshole here for not trying to accommodate her request? Update, I screwed up. I know most people were giving me the NTA judgment, but Jess actually showed a great deal of openness to my idea. She took initiative by reserving the hotel because she wanted me to be happy. When I said nope, no Disney, she felt that I hadn't put any effort into taking her feelings into consideration, and she was completely right. I hadn't. It was, in a twisted way, my form of revenge for dragging me to Disney World all those times. In the last post, some people commented about how Aulani barely even looks like a Disney resort at all. This is something I should have researched myself before I threw the gauntlet down with Jess. When I looked into it, it looks like a run-of-the-mill Hawaiian resort. In my defense, going to Disney World 9 times has kind of made me sensitive, and I'm fairly sure that on a Rorschach test, I'd see nothing but mouse ears at this point. But I really should not have jumped to conclusions. A day after I made the post, I approached Jess and apologized. I was wrong. Yes, she might be a Disney adult, but aside from always wanting to go to their theme parks, she's never obnoxious about it. I said I was sorry, and asked for permission to reserve the hotel again, and Jess responded that she'd love to go to Aulani with me. When I told her that it's not really all that Disney, Jess said, "Of course I knew that. I wanted to go because my sister said it was beautiful." I'm a moron. Jess and I have replanned our vacation, and we're super excited to be going now. I do not think he is an asshole. What do you think? Comment below.
Story 3. I, 27F, moved in next door to my husband's, 29M, parents. Privacy gone. I'm desperate and feeling like giving up on everything. How can I fix my marriage? My 27F husband, 29M, and I got married this year after a few years of dating. It was a rough start because of the bachelor party. We agreed a simple dinner and activities in the afternoon for both. No bars, no clubs. We agreed, literally came from him. He obviously went to the bars and clubs, and more was in the plans, and then requested all his friend keep it a secret from me. I found out, it blew up, almost didn't get married. We decided we'd move back to his hometown to have a more quiet life after the wedding. His parents had an empty house available, so we moved there, about 5 feet from his parents. I was concerned with being so close to his parents because they always try to be very involved and cause us issues in the relationship. But my husband promised he would shield me from that and try to give me as normal as a life here as possible. Just for context, I wanted to move to my hometown. Bigger, better options for schools one day, etc. But he wanted to save money and move into this house, so I gave in. The reality of living here is that I feel like I've lost all my privacy, and in part my independence. Every topic or issues becomes a family community issue. He talks to his family about everything, lets them know everything. A simple delivery man coming to the house to deliver something big ends up in a huge discussion with his parents because they butt in and want to do help. I come home, his parents are there to greet me. We leave for a trip. He goes to give his mother a kiss goodbye and tell her where we're going, how, and when we come back. The mailman leaves my mail at his parents'. His aunt is trying to decorate our house for us, and just the other day left a plant at my door and said she has bought more because houses need to be decorated and she wants to do it. His other aunt needs something delivered and we're leaving the house. Of course we'll go drop it off. I am unwillingly part of a community. Now to some people this might be perfectly fine. But I'm the person that has no social media, tells no one about my life, likes privacy, independence, figuring things out alone, and I discussed this with my husband. He is aware of this, but he doesn't care. I feel betrayed. No one will be doing any bending for me. I was very sick a while back, hospitalized, then home with doctor visits daily. And my husband treated me too coldly. I had to ask my parents to stay with us, because I was lacking the love and support I believed my husband would give me. I'm so terrified of what will happen if we have kids. I don't want to feel abandoned. I tried to have a conversation with him again. It always goes back to him saying that why should he have to compromise on what he loves? His parents talking to them all the time about everything, relying on them for everything, etc. To make me happy. He does that and I will be happy, but he will be unhappy. So I left. I just left the house. I'm typing this out of my local library, and I just booked a hotel room, which is where I'm going. I feel so exhausted. It's always him and about his family. I'm tired of him and his family. What can I do? I've talked to him, but he doesn't understand me.
I do not think she's an asshole. What do you think? Comment below. Story 4. AITA for getting my brother's wife deported? My brother Andy, 35, is stupid. The is this girl Mia that hangs around him and his friends. My brother comes to me saying he married Mia, 24, like 2 years ago because she's desperate after her layoff. My brother has a good job, a house, and has been saving his 401k. I told him he was so stupid for this. He said I need to help him and Mia with immigration, and just say we are married and in a relationship. He sent me a PDF of things I should know. I get called interview about Mia and I tell the truth about her. I have never met her. My brother told me about the marriage and showed them the PDF and said my brother was coerced into the marriage. My brother and Mia was shocked, but I was just thinking of what will happen once they get divorced to my brother's assets. Mia was taken into custody and she's being deported back to El Salvador. My brother thinks I'm the most evil person alive and told my parents who didn't know about the marriage, and they agreed with me that my brother is stupid, but will help him pay for his legal fallout over this. I do not think he is an asshole. What do you think? Comment below. Subscribe for more interesting stories.